I feel like we might be about to witness a return of one of our favourite friends, Patches. Do I want to heal and find the cave, or do I want to just go for it? Let's just go for it. Whatever is my PC. Is that good move? It's just a potion. Okay, yep. Here we go. Pitfall Cave. You greedy little child? That's what you get. You're not getting away from me this time. Definitely a return of Patches. Well, a Dawn Ball. Wow, thank you, Patches, for giving me this free loot. What Pokemon do you have in your cave, Patches? A Sableye? I already have a Sableye. I don't need that, Patches. So let's just run away. Oh, a Mighty Animal. I don't have a Mighty Animal. I guess we can just try a quick ball. And it worked! Thank God for quick balls. A Mawile? I also don't have a Mawile, so let's go for it. Mawile has quite a low catch rate from what I remember. So this might not be as easy. Yeah, it's causing some problems. Let's try Superpower, should be neutral. I'm gonna die anyway. High Jump Kick should be neutral, but that'll still do way too much damage. I guess Rock Slide. Not enough, really, but it flinched. I think I still have a level ball, which will be decent. I think that's a good emoji for it. Yeah. I don't know, I guess maybe just... I don't know, like, it sounds like you've tried everything. You might just have to take it to a PC show. As utterly annoying as it is. There we go, more alcohol. Stretching, throwing its hands up and frustrated, going psycho. That emote looks like a lot of things. You've got quite a maze-like place here, Patches. Oh, an Ursaring. I guess we can try the Quick Ball. But I feel like our Pokédex one way or another. But apparently not like that. Let's see a Blaze Kick, see if we survive. Oh, just barely. We'll go over Rock Slide. I'm just barely surviving. You are not surviving at all. Do we think that's an actual item, or was it another trap? I mean, one way to find out. Power Up Punch. I mean, definitely could be good on Hitmonlee, or even better, Hitmonchan. But I will just stick with High Jump Kick, because that is a move that is helping me immensely. Keep on running. Oh, here's our old friend. With the painting of a bonfire on his back. Hehe, you fell blindly into my trap. Again. Have you forgotten to stop being so greedy? I warned you about this, my friend. But you're not listening, what a shame. Now I have to pay the bill for this wicked behavior. You and your money won't escape me again, my friend. One solution I was told is maybe the infinite cable, but now I'm scared to also get infinite cable problems. I mean, I guess you could just try plugging it in. I don't think it will be like a proper solution. I think it's more just a maybe if you plug it in, the internet will work better. But I don't know. I can see that being unlikely. That's not my only Pokemon, right? Oh, phew. I was scared for a moment. However, yeah, it doesn't fix the internet not connecting. I don't know. Like, that would mean you'd have to plug it in every time you want to use internet. Shift tray, okay. I guess in this case, Icy Wind will do more damage because he'll resist Surf probably. I'm dead anyway. Dark type. I guess I can try to pull out Gardevoir and do Dazzling Gleam, but I might not survive one move. God damn it. I think Patches is actually going to mess me up. I needed to go and fully healed, and I did not. I can't even do a Dream Eater strategy because it's Dark type. And is faster. No, I guess it doesn't need to be portable since it's a PC. Oh, fuck me, yeah. GG, I think. I'm not going to try to use items because I think there's too many Pokemon left in Patches. Oh, I lost so much money! Okay, we'll try that again. But we will... First, we'll spend our money. That's right, Patches can't steal it. Because the thing about hard mode is you lose a lot. I also didn't see what the special item here was, and it's an edge ball apparently. Which is kind of interesting, but... I could do with a few more repels. I could do with some hyper potions. They are very expensive though. And I guess I'll just buy a few Pokeballs. And with that, Patches has no more money to steal. So we're good to go. That's one solution to the problem. So I believe Patches opens with Skarmory. And I mean, I don't think I have a proper counter, but I think just Brawly is the best way to go. Almost a cross here, right? I blame old me. I think old me is rewarded my fault by making my PC after immersion. Really? Wow. I mean, normally it's opposite. You'd think, like, not turning on your fans would cause your PC to shut down. Because it overheats, you know? I guess in this situation, the fans just went that hard. Okay, a wild Clefable. We do not have it on the Pokédex. So you know what we do? We fail to catch it, baby. So in that case, we hit it with a Rock Slide. It dodges. We try again. And now we hit it with a Pokeball, I guess. Okay, it's healed. Let's try a Blaze Kick. Oh, it's been burnt. Okay, well, we're suddenly on a timer. This Clefable will die in a few turns. Well, we caught it, so we're all good. Dun, dun, dun. I thought it would be fine because the internet never said anything bad. First of all, yeah, well, it's amazing, boom, my PC goes haywire. I won't turn off my screen, looks like the Matrix. Oh no. Did you, like, overclock your PC or something? I'm surprised you even had to turn the fans to max in the first place. It must be in a hot summer. We're really doing well in our Pokédex today, huh? Okay. Might be worth me, well, check something. Have I caught all the Pokemon in this area? I have not. There's Murkrow, Ursaring, and one other that I've yet to see. So I will hold off using a repel. And before I face Patches, oh, hello Ursaring. Before I face Patches, I'll use a handy potion or something. Oh, I see. So you bump that shit up to 11. Okay, Patches is down here, right? Yeah. So if we go to our bag, let's just use a little, nothing big. Just a little potion or something. I guess I only have big potions, huh? Let's use a lemonade then. I need more healing items. That's quite funny. I guess it's never been the same. So what's gonna be better here, Rock Slide or Blaze Kick? Blaze Kick, right? Still doesn't do that much. We got Burn, which actually helps because now it's going to do less damage. They withdrew. But I guess that just lets us high jump. Oh my gosh, we missed for high jump kick. Really? Dumbo Earthquake, I guess. If we survive, we survive. I do forget that about Dumbo. He is like a good tank. Ah. I don't think we survive this one. I guess you just try the superpower. Yeah, no. Okay. It sounds like an ordeal. My sympathy is with you. Troubleshooting is like one of the most painful experiences there are, I reckon. Like I've had to do it for my laptops many times in the past. It's always just constant googling, just try everything. Okay. I mean, this is the problem about when going up against a poison type. Is like I can put my Gardevoir in for the psychic, but then my Gardevoir is also extremely fragile because of its fairy type. His dark type. I did not know that. I'm dead. Okay. And now sword dancing. Come on, survive. Icy Wind is not priority, but it lowers speed. Is that your last Pokemon? No, it's not. You're fucking with me. I think I have to lower speed, so we're gonna go Icy Wind. I'm dead. I'm dead. When I said the screen looked like a matrix, it looked like green letters appear that overlap. What the hell? What the hell? This sucks. I only have one full restore. I guess possibly you could. Dream Eater will be super effective. His Shadow Ball won't affect us. We get a second turn to use a Hyper Potion on your call. I don't need a Hyper Potion. Lemonade is good enough. Deborah goes down. Now we just pray that Gengar doesn't have a non-ghost move. Confuse Rate is not that bad. They could be worse. But I missed. They withdrew. There's more Pokemon to come. Of course there is. Holy shit. Fuck me. I shouldn't have done R4. I'm stuck in R4. And it goes pointless now. I'm gonna die. Yeah, but he's only using confusion. I hurt myself in confusion, but now I can heal. And this is a situation for hyper potion. They're using hypnosis. That's annoying. They know Dream Eater. Holy shit. I hurt myself in confusion. I can only use 3 items per battle because I'm playing hard mode. Oh, well, GG. Maybe not GG. I'm gonna have to get very lucky. I could be getting very lucky. I need you to stay asleep for one more turn. Oh! And this is why I love this game. What did I do? What did I do? Oh no, 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 how cheeky. Just how dare you treat a friend like that? And all I wanted to do was show you and your money the way out of the cave. Did you think I was going to rob you? Heh. How could you think such a thing of me? I feel directly insulted, and yet I'm your friend. Only true, trusty Patches. You must know, you blew into my home here. You should really show a little more respect. From time to time, travelers pass by here. I help them out in this cave, out of the goodness of my heart, of course, without wanting anything in return. So you see, you accuse me again completely wrongly. This offends me deeply, but I will forgive you once again, my friend. Yeah, I want to give you this charm as a token of our friendship. A lucky charm? No, yeah. This guy appeared earlier in like another side quest. He is straight up Patches. And I didn't point it out this time, but his battle strat has the Dark Souls bonfire on the back of it. He's just Patches. That's it. I'll now retire. I don't think you're gonna retire. I think, yeah, I will see you soon, friend. And you will once again be after me and my money. He's bold, just like Patches. He is the one and only Patches. So we got a Lucky Charm. Shiny Charm that increases the chance of encountering wild Pokemon carrying items. That's pretty good. It's definitely good if we need to like hunt heart scales or something. In the meantime, that's just off. And like Deborah saved that match right there. Yeah, no, definitely. Like, I think the person who made this game definitely likes Dark Souls because I keep on calling this potion called the Eternal Potion my Estus, but I can't show it because I already used it. But it is definitely inspired by the Estus potion. So, let's maybe if I go this way. Maybe not. Maybe this isn't the right way. I'm a bit lost. Oh, the Hiker's Hut. So this connects back to where we were before. Oh, well, yeah, no, don't stress it. So, I think in Elden Ring it's called Crimson Tears or whatever. Like the health pots that you get to take once per bonfire, like in between rests. This game essentially has the same mechanic in that you have a super powerful potion that heals your whole team, but you can only use it once between Poke Center rests. I think I can upgrade it so I can actually use it more than one time if I get further on in the game. But yeah, so it works like the Crimson Tear flasks, which is really cool. But yeah, I don't know how far you are in Elden Ring, and I only got so far. I didn't get too far in Elden Ring, but I think Patches is in that game as well. So you have that to look forward to, I guess, if you haven't already found him. Oh, come on. Oh, you've beaten it twice. You've done a lot better at Elden Ring than me. I was playing Elden Ring. So I don't have a PlayStation, but my brother who lives in a different state does. And he So he has it, and so there's a thing you can do is called like PlayStation Remote Play. I don't think I got to him. I got to the icy Mountain of Giants, I think is what it was called, which is quite far, but not quite, you know, the end. I got to Mountain of Giants, but the reason why I kind of gave up is because it's just frustrating playing on remote play, because when the internet's not good, you just have to deal with input lag. And it's just, I don't know, it makes it like a suboptimal experience, I guess. I would like to finish Elden Ring one day. Yeah, you can save a general area. I also would not be surprised if I just passed by him because of, I'd probably, you know, that game's massive. It's easy to miss something, I feel like. Very good game, though. Oh, I don't know how I missed him then. I guess I never did kill that dragon. The dragon that hangs out at Lake of Lunggrave. I never went back to finish it, whatever. I have a lot to do in Elden Ring still, I think. But I did take care of Rykard in Volcano Manor. I did, like the last big boss I did, I guess, was Margaret? I guess so, right? I found the... Like I know a lot about the game, so it's not... So I know the stuff that comes after what I've done. But I know that you have to fight Mode at some point, as like a main story boss, to get the Rune of Death or whatever. But I did find a version of Mode, like an easier version inside the sewers. But when I found him, I think I was a bit underleveled, or maybe I just wasn't good enough. So I didn't beat that Mode in the sewers. I did try to, and I got the Dung Eater summon to help me as well. So I did that stuff. But I didn't quite beat him. Yeah. Like the easier version of Mode. I think it's... Again, I haven't done the actual Mode fight, but from what I understand, I think it's essentially just like Mode in the first half of actual fight or something. Like I know he doesn't do the big attack that hurts you everywhere. Yeah. The sewers are a very confusing place. I spent a long time in them, getting lost. Especially like, I remember some parts where you just crawling through pipes and it's just so confusing. I know, like I do want to, even though I've had all of Elden Ring spoiled for me, just because it's been out for a while, and I do enjoy watching Bahi video and learning about the story, I do want to go back and play it properly one day and finish it. Because really, I've dipped my toes in a fair few Souls games. Yeah, I know what the... Like, I didn't when I first encountered Mode, but now that months have passed, I know about the, Fancy Flame, I think is the proper name, right? Or the Three Fingers or something? Yeah. So I realized I was kind of close to, I guess depending on your outlook on it, screwing myself over. But yeah. Very cool game. Yeah, I mean, I imagine it's a good ending to get on your second playthrough. Maybe not on your first playthrough. Yeah, it's a good game. I was saying before, like, I've only completed... It's so good. Yeah, I mean, it's... Like, it's cool, but it doesn't feel good, from what I understand. Like, doesn't your maiden straight up abandon you. But yeah, so I've only beaten Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3. But I have played the first Dark Souls game I played was Dark Souls 1. And I got completely stuck on the second boss. Yeah. See, you know, it's like you spend the whole game traveling with her. That just feels trapped, you know? Like, it's cool from a narrative standpoint. But it's also like, I thought we were buddies. Yeah, because, yeah, there's all that, yeah. You were indeed maidenless or whatever. But yeah. So I played Dark Souls 1 and I got stuck on the second boss, like super stuck on the second boss. And I eventually beat it. Part of the reason why I got stuck is because I think you're kind of meant to use plunge attacks on the Taurus demon to make it a lot easier. But my brother essentially told me, no, don't use plunge attacks. Only bad people use plunge attacks on the Taurus demon. Fight it properly on the bridge, like a real man. So I tried to do that, and it took me a long time. But eventually I beat it. I was quite young at the time, by the way. I was probably like 12, maybe even younger. So I eventually beat it, and then I got to a massive bridge that had a dragon on it. I was just like, no, I give up. This is not it. Then the second Souls game I played, and again I didn't beat this one, was Bloodborne. And I beat the Cleric Beast. It took me a couple tries, but I beat it, and I didn't find it too bad. What I did find bad was Father Gascoigne. And because I still stand by this, I completely hate the idea of in Bloodborne, you have a set number of heals. You don't have an Estus, you don't have Crimson Flasks. You just have to collect them off the dead bodies of enemies. And so it just made it feel like anytime I wanted to retry the Father Gascoigne boss battle, I had to spend like 5 minutes farming healing items beforehand. And that just killed it for me. I was like, this boss is incredibly tough. I want to just spend like 2 hours trying it again and again. But really I have to spend like 4 hours because I have to farm healing items in between. But yeah, so I gave up on Bloodborne. I then played, I should say, like, Bloodborne is very obviously a good game. I mean, I don't think you need me to tell you that. It's just, if you struggle, it's such a pain because instead of being able to just attempt again, which is like, I guess it's not for everyone. Some people like to, if they're struggling with something, they like to go back and fix their build or improve their build somehow to overcome a weakness in a boss. Me personally, I love just hitting my head against the wall and trying until I slowly get good enough to beat it. But Bloodborne just really felt like it did not allow for that, especially in the early game, where you can't just buy 1 million blood vials. So I gave up on it. And then after that I played Dark Souls 3. I loved Dark Souls 3. And I still love Dark Souls 3. It has such a special place in my heart. I love it to bits. Such an amazing game in my opinion. I think it has the best bosses of any of the Souls games. I think it's like very welcoming for beginners as well, at least compared to the other games. That is a bit debatable, I think, and I mean you could argue that none of the games are welcoming for beginners. But I loved it. Such a good game. And then after that, I think I went back to Bloodborne, but again it was on the remote play that I ended up playing Elden Ring on. And I got pretty far. I got up to the One Reborn or something, I think that's his name. But just all throughout the game, I found that I wasn't really having fun. And I think it's because, like, out of all the Soulsborne games, input lag, I think it matters the most for Bloodborne. It just felt really painful. And then on top of that, I just could not get the like 90% of the bosses in Bloodborne are like big beasts. And they just feel like it's so hard to observe their moveset and learn it because they're just like in the camera, taking up 90% of the view. And so I got to the one reborn, and I don't know why. Apparently for some people it's a super easy boss. For me it was not. And it felt like I just did not understand what the enemy was doing because I could not even comprehend like where its body parts started and ended. I was like, I can't learn its moveset. So I just kind of gave up. And then after that I played Elden Ring. Elden Ring felt a bit more manageable, but again, because of... It must be like the input lag or something, it just makes it so much harder to observe and learn, in my opinion. So most of the time, me beating a boss came down to me just being strong enough that it gave me a lot of leeway for the mistakes I could make. I mean, there were some bosses I properly learned and got good at. Oh, good morning, Relico. Oh, I know about it. That's the fire giant, right? Yeah. I never got to the fire giant. I never got to try that fight. But just like, I'm trying to remember what bosses really... Yeah, like Margaret and the first fight of Godfrey the Golden. It didn't feel like I learned the fights. It felt like I just had good enough gear that I could trade blows and win. And so I think I should just come back to the game when I don't have input lag. And then after that I played, and I think you were there for a bit of off this, but I played Dark Souls 2 on stream, and I absolutely loved that. Obviously I was playing that on my PC, so zero input lag essentially. And I enjoyed that game to bits. That was really fun. But yeah, that's my history of the Soulsborne games. I do want to try... Well, what am I doing here? I do want to try Sekiro one day, obviously, and I do want to try going back to Dark Souls 1 one day, but I do feel like it probably... I think it's just aged a lot at this point. It's obviously a very monumental game in what it started and set for the whole gaming world. But I think a lot of it has aged poorly. I mean, I've watched a lot of the game, and I also know that the first half of the game is apparently amazing. The second half completely drops off and is a complete shitfest. So yeah, so it doesn't feel very motivating to play a game when you know it only gets worse. But I do feel like maybe one day I should return to it. Because, you know, it is Dark Souls. Okay, what am I going to do here? I guess we can just do this. But yeah, and I do want to play Sekiro one day just because it looks like such an amazing game. Oh, and I also played a tiny bit of Demon Souls, again on the PlayStation Remote Play, so I was dealing with a tiny bit of input lag. And then on top of that, just immediately I realised it had, you know, consumable healing items that don't replenish when you die, and I was like, no, I don't like this mechanic. No thank you. Please give me my Estus Flask. I'm a coward who wants to, you know, not stress over whether he can afford to use a healing item or not. And I don't want to grind while I'm trying to beat a boss. But yeah. Obviously FromSoft games just amazing. And then Armored Core game is in the mix. Never played an Armored Core game, and from what I understand it's completely different from Soulsborne. But I am very curious to see what it will be like. It's also like we haven't had a proper mech game, like a mainstream mech game since, I guess, Titanfall. Armored Core is essentially a mech fighter that the company that made the Dark Souls games made before Dark Souls. Very different from Dark Souls from what I understand, and it is very much like a mech fighter from what I understand. Like, I think there's multiplayer where you just 1v1 in your mechs and you go at it, I guess. I guess in that sense it is like Dark Souls, but you're in a giant mech, shooting at each other across the sky. So that game should be fun to try. And I mean, if I run out of games to play, which I doubt will ever happen because I've got a massive backlog, maybe one day I'll just try to play one of the original Armored Core games, because I think it would be very interesting to see the roots of the company that made Dark Souls. And if I want to go even further back, there's the I'm not paying much attention to this battle. There's the King's Field games, which essentially play like I guess like an old school Elder Scrolls game, a clunky first person combat, where you essentially swing, back off, swing, back off. But yeah, both games look interesting. Obviously they clunky and all. But King's Field is an interesting series, and from what I understand, towards the end of the series they just started adding guns in their game that was originally like a medieval game. That is a very naked looking Splinter. I get the feeling that sometimes Splinter just does not work on Essentials. yeah, Armored Core is very Gundam. Very Gundam. Like, obviously, you know, Gundam games are still being made, and I think recently there's even an online, like, multiplayer Gundam game that apparently is quite good. From what I understand, it's essentially Overwatch, but in Gundam. But again, like, it's not that mainstream, and I feel like not that many people are into it, but if a company like From Software comes out and it's like, ooh, mech fighter, it's going to grab a lot of attention. It will be very interesting to see. A Sword Art Online game. God, Sword Art Online. I know, like, it's still around, but I feel like that is not a name I've heard in a while. When it first came out, Sword Art Online was like the talk of the town. I feel like it was very popular, a lot of attention. And then I feel like there was a period where it became like a cool thing to hate on Sword Art Online. I can't really talk. I haven't watched any Sword Art Online. I've never interacted with any Sword Art Online media. And then I think they made some new Sword Art Online shows using different characters or something, right? Maybe not. I heard that those were decent. But yeah. Never watched it, but heard about it through the grapevine. This mountain has been a proper trial to climb, huh? We just fainted, didn't we? That's all my Pokemon. Oh no, we still got Deborah. But Deborah has never done a whole lot for me. But maybe now that Deborah has Shadow Ball, there's hope. Oh. Yawn? Okay, we got like one more turn. Oh, did I survive? Did it? No, I don't know. I think it said I got drowsy. Yeah, I got drowsy. Oh, there's more Pokemon to come. Okay, maybe this is the end for poor Deborah. Double Team? Great. I would love to see a Pokemon use Double Team. I'm trying to think. In Elden Ring, funnily enough, it's such a weird favourite boss to pick. But my favourite fight would have been against a Magma Worm in... I think it was called like Magma Worm Makar or Maker or something. And it was in the Volcano Manor. No, it wasn't. There is one in the Volcano Manor. But the one I remember fighting is the one that's like on the lift to the Atlas Plateau, essentially. Like on the way up to the Atlas Plateau. And I remember I found that fight very like telegraphed and learnable. And it just felt very good to learn. Not Rykard. Rykard was a strange fight for me because I struggled a lot. And then I found out I don't know, I don't think it's a consistent cheese, but essentially what happened is I walked straight into the lava next to him. So I was constantly taking a small amount of damage. But I found his main attacks could not reach me. So well, we're dead now. I just spammed the big sword, standing next to him. He couldn't touch me. And I won. Somehow. And I just, yeah. It was a weird fight. Did not feel like I did anything smart, because I did the opposite of what it seems like you should do. I just walked straight into the lava and swung at him. But yeah. But no, it was like, the boss I'm talking about was this, like, big lizard that at half health it started to stand up on 2 legs and like wield a sword. The Mo fights, oh, he is cool, right? And at least from the sewer boss fight, I remember, yeah, it seemed like a pretty fun fight. I just like got 2 hit by him or something, I think. So I was like, okay, I'll come back here later. What am I looking for? My repels. Where do I keep my repels? In here. Repel? Maybe I don't keep my repels in here, maybe I do. There we go, secret repels. So let's use these and make our way across. For the sewers boss first one level 70 maybe, I did pretty good, but halfway. So yeah, it's like you just gotta, I know, that's how it is sometimes. You either gotta like upgrade a weapon or just level up your stats a lot, it feels like. Oh damn, second try. Yeah, the only time I like first or second tried a boss I feel like was when I was extremely like over leveled. Like I went to Weeping Peninsula quite late, and you probably know what I'm talking about, but there's a Misbegotten in Castle Morn, I think. I think that's the name of the castle, and I just completely like 2-hitted that Misbegotten because of I think what was wrong was I used the twin blade, the like double-sided spear, and then what I'd do would be I had some kind of like, I think it's called Bloody Slash. So the idea was there was an arc, it did a massive amount of damage. Yeah, he drops a legendary sword, the like crafted greatsword, I think it is. And so I just used my Bloody Slash, and all it does is do like a small amount of damage to me, but it deals a lot of damage. And like one of those did about half his health, it felt like. So I was like, okay, well this isn't going to be too tough. Which is a shame, because I feel like on a balanced playing field, it probably would have been a pretty fun fight. I was just extremely overleveled. Yeah, I feel like third run. Had you battled him before, or? Because I feel like it's pretty hard to miss if you go to the Weeping Peninsula, you know. Second try, because first, was it in the water, right? Because yeah, he's on a small little island surrounded by water. Oh right. Okay. Yeah, he's pretty hard to miss because I feel like most people end up going to Weeping Peninsula at some point, and then he's in a big castle at the end of it. Right. Can't believe you're on your third run. That is a lot. Have you been doing Millennia every run or no? It is fairly confusing, but I guess that's Soulspawn level design to make a castle confusing. What I found really confusing was Lendl Capital or whatever it's called, like the actual city, the capital city. It just felt so like, oh fuck, who am I fighting? Oh, I need to pay attention. I think Dug Trio, right? So Eminem. Yeah, Dug Trio. The Lendal Capital, like, I felt like I explored all of it. I found the sewers, I found so many areas. I found the path that would eventually lead to the elevator to the Mountain of the Giants, but it was currently blocked. I had explored like all of it, it felt like, but I couldn't figure out how to move on. And then I ended up just looking up a guide in the end because I'd walked around the city for hours. And I was like, oh, climb on the dragon's back and you can get up to a higher air. And I was like, I was supposed to climb on the dragon the whole time? I mean, I guess it's fairly obvious most people would look at it and be like, oh, that's such a cool little statue, I want to try to climb it. But for me, it was like, I probably can't climb that, can I? Evidently, I was wrong. Okay, yeah, let's chuck another video. Shall we sneak by this guy? Okay, it seems like I've got a team guy grunt to face. You want to battle me too? Okay. Let's see what we can do. But yeah, I found the capital so confusing. I just kept on going in circles. And it's like, great, I found a cool item, but I don't know how to actually progress. My first character was the beginning of the other one. I played a mage rogue with sleeping and freezing stats effect for the real mode ending. Second run of strength build this year with a greatsword weapon plus blade armor. Oh, I love... Yeah. On like the save that I didn't finish, I've been running around with the... Not the whole blade armor, because I didn't get that far on the blade thing. But I found a helmet which looks like blade and I absolutely loved it. I'm very surprised to hear you did a mage for your first run. I guess mage rogue. Because I feel like most people don't, like especially if this is your first Souls game, most people don't really roll with magic, I feel like, until like their second run. I mean, I always think like, oh, I want to do a magic run in a Soulsborne game. I've never done it. Across all my saves and playthroughs and different games I've attempted, I've never touched magic at all. Not even for buffs, not nothing. Even though like I feel like I should. But yeah. As soon as I found the blade helmet, I was like, I need to wear this. This is so cute. Okay, hiking Nicholas down. I imagine we might find a health, like a healing station after we defeat this guy grunt. Or maybe up there? Let's fight the guy grunt and see. The blade armor is from... Yeah. I never... Yeah, I found his helmet on the... Her name is like... Celine or something, right? I think it starts with S, name of the other witch. Or other magician or whatever. Okay, give me the engineering key. Oh! It was that easy. You just had to ask him. Really? The key alone will not help you at all. My engineer's officer's team with names of guard, so you can't do anything on his own. Don't think I'm going to let you be able to work so easily. Oh, so we can't go into the cave yet. Okay. I did the wife first so I could get the arm everywhere I'm married to her. Wow. But yeah, like what was it? Yeah, I never completed the Granny quest or anything. I was doing it. I got fairly far. Like I went to the whole underground city with Blade. Right. You're a devilish bastard, aren't you? I went to the underground city, but I don't think I did much more than that. Yeah, can't really remember. Why did I sit there and then bother? I guess maybe that's what you can do on the run you're currently doing then. So I guess what's gonna happen is we can go here, go back to the engineering office, beat up the guy grunts, figure out why they are trying to mess up the engineers so badly, but I imagine it has to do with the evolution stones. And then we can take the train up to the wonderful world that Steel Gym Type is. Hopefully, Brawly can just whoop ass. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, that's kind of been like a thing with Soulsborne games. It feels like nothing really changes after you do the endings. It essentially just goes back to before you beat the game. Although some of them have the audacity that as soon as you beat the final boss for the first time, you go straight into New Game Plus. And I think those games are... Bloodborne does it. I think... I think Demon Souls also does it, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I mean, it's cool as an idea. On Elden Ring, in particular, and maybe I don't really have to buy to get this opinion because I haven't finished Elden Ring. I haven't even gotten to the Game Plus. But you feel weird on Elden Ring. I feel like there's a lot of doing all the side dungeons. Elden Ring, you do them because you don't know what's in them. You don't know what could be in there. It could be anything. So you're like, oh, I want to do this dungeon. On a second playthrough, and especially on the New Game Plus, you're like, I already know what's in this dungeon, or I already have the rewards for this dungeon. So what's the point of me doing it? That's how it feels like to me, at least. But with a much more linear game, like a typical Dark Souls, Bloodborne game, those sort of things don't really exist. So it doesn't really, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But yeah. But yeah, I think playing like a new build from scratch is probably a good way to go. Again, like if you're doing New Game Plus, you can respec. But then you kind of have the deal of you already have most of the items in the game. And I feel like part of the fun of Elden Ring and Soulsborne games is like evolving your build as you go. But if you go to New Game Plus, it's like you already have your build. Enjoy playing this for the next 20 hours. Nothing's gonna change.